Don Quixote, a novel on friendship, part 2, by Egberto Bermudez. As the novel progresses, Don Quixote becomes more aware that Sancho is not only his squire, but a true friend. He increasingly refers to him with expressions of affection such as friend, son, friend, and guide. In addition, in a letter that he writes to Governor Sancho, in the farewell he writes, and I quote, "Your friend Don Quixote of La Mancha," end quote. Since the beginning of the novel, Don Quixote considered himself a Christian knight, one of those who, I quote, "are minister of God on earth, the arms by which his justice is put into effect on earth," end quote. He was always guided by Christian hope in the life to come. Nevertheless, it is his friendship with Sancho which helps him realize that one should not expect of things that are relative, fame, lady, and earthly justice, the absolute, which can only be achieved in a transcendent horizon, a world beyond this life, in which he would be welcomed finally by the mercy of God. According to C.S. Lewis, I quote, "True friendship is the least jealous of loves. Two friends delight to be joined by a third, and three by a fourth, if only the newcomer is qualified to be a real friend," end quote. Hence, at a deeper level, Cervantes aspired to a perfect friendship with the reader. A reader and poet, Rubén Darío, recognizes him as a faithful and true friend. I quote, "In all my days of troubled loneliness and fretted grief, Cervantes is to me a faithful friend, and none so true as he, that brings me precious gifts of quietness. He speaks as runs a brook, so amorous and very gentle is this Christian knight, even undaunted, and I love him thus," end quote. Cervantes is thus capable of moving the reader from beauty to goodness and finally to truth. Otto Bird, 1914 to 2009, the founder of the program of liberal studies at Notre Dame, in his book, Seeking a Center, My Life as a Great Bookie, testifies, and I quote, "Recollecting now those books that I read almost 60 years ago, reconsidering their effect upon me at that time, I do not think it an exaggeration to claim that Don Quixote was the most influential. In ways that seem puzzling and obscure, that book persuaded me that I too should become a Catholic, and to that extent at least follow that great knight of faith. It may seem odd that Don Quixote, who is often taken as no more than a figure of fun and of ridicule, should ever inspire anyone to become a Catholic," end quote. Thus, Cervantes is capable of persuading Otto Bird or any other reader by facilitating an encounter and a friendship with Christ. Our two friends who declared, and I quote, "I have called you friends, for all that I have heard from my Father, I have made known to you," end quote. In conclusion, Don Quixote is a novel on friendship at 4 different levels. First level, the development of the perfect friendship between Don Quixote and Sancho Panza. Second level, the participation of the reader in such friendship. Third level, Cervantes' desire to achieve a perfect friendship with the reader by facilitating his encounter with the summum bonum, God. And fourth level, finally, the friendship of the reader with God. Thank you for listening.